Hey everyone, what's up? I finally made a post in regards to the next Predator DLC apparently, which is a surprise for me because they never did this. I don't think that they ever did in the 4 years that this game has been out. Because usually when people would ask, just make questions in regards to future content in general or like new maps or even DLCs, they would always reply with we cannot discuss any future content in DLC because it's against our policies. They would just say, oh, it's like they would act like if it's like something that is like on their contract, so they cannot discuss it, they cannot say it like a yes or no. Sometimes we're not asking like to be that specific. We could just like, oh, are we gonna get more future fighting DLC, or like, or are we gonna get this Predator or this kind of Predator? They have always been quiet. They always take very long to give people an answer, and then they just came now and just made a post saying, oh, there's a new challenger. A new challenger approaches the jungle and is ready to claim its prize, your skull. So by this, we already know that it's going to be a Predator, which is, in my opinion, a mistake. We have so many Predator DLCs in this game, and they are all, there's like not much of a difference between each class. There are some classes that are better than the others. There are some stats that, some classes have better stats than the others, but usually they play out the same way. They don't have anything really that unique in the class that really like just make them stand out, you know, that just makes like a different experience while playing with the classes. And because of that, like, I feel like it's being kind of like overused. There's like so many Predator DLCs, and there was few fighting DLC. Well, at the moment there is none, because apparently from the looks of it, I think they're licensed to the likeness of the actors that were used for the fighting DLCs, which is gonna be Alice Braga, Arnold, and the football player that for the stupid Dante DLC. Those kind of like expired, and so they cannot sell it anymore. Also, I think not just expired, or maybe it was because the game was released on Xbox, like a whole new game. And even I thought, like, one of their streams, they said that they are not taking any more feedback from before to releasing October 1st, because they in their mind, I mean, because like we started talking about in the live stream about, oh, we still have this bug and this bug that have been available ever since day one, because they haven't fixed the shit. And when we bring up those questions, I mean, oh, have you seen like this bug or this problems? And they're saying, oh, but is that before October 1st? Because we're not taking any consideration about anything in regards before that. Because in their mind, they believe that they have fixed everything before that, and they're like, oh, we made a new game, we have released it, we have fixed the problems. No, you haven't, because the bugs, like, you have like -1 bug, you have like so much stuff that is still like, it has been available ever since the game was released in 2020. Nothing changed really. So I find the approach is something that I see as very problematic, and all their policies, all the way that they deal with this stuff, I don't think they are even like smart on their decisions in regards to how to take money out of people, because that's their goal. They came back to this game because they probably realized that this game can make more money than all the other titles that they released, because the other games did not have much success. They're not very active. They're not as active as this game. Like, I think that what was it, Killer Clowns might have even like a lower player base than this game, despite this game being released 4 years ago. And so anyway, so we have a new Predator DLC upcoming, which I think is a big mistake. They should make new fighting DLC, because at the moment we don't have any fighting DLC. We have like, I don't know, like almost 20 Predator DLCs, and like I said, they are all just skins, because stats wise the difference is not that significant. Some classes are better, sure, but it's like not that significant, you know. So we just have like 20 Predator skins, and we have 0 fighting DLC. So like, and it seems like they don't really care. They don't care. Predator DLC probably, according to their stats somewhere, they probably shows that they can get more money out of that. It sells them more, they just get more money. So, well, I guess that's what we're gonna keep doing it. But that's a problem, because that's just gonna make the Predator kills even longer. A lot of people say, oh, the game is dead, it takes me 20 minutes to find a Predator match. No, that's actually the opposite. It's just that there are so many people playing as the Predator, because they only release Predator DLC. They only like stimulate players to play more Predator than fireteam. That's why there are so many people. So, because it's a symmetrical multiplayer game, for every 4 players that play fireteam, there can only be 1 playing as the Predator. Same thing with DBD. It takes longer to find DBD matches as the killer than it takes to find DBD matches as the survivor. In this game it's the same, but in this game it's even more, I think it's more unproportional, because we just have like, in proportion, too many people playing as the Predator in opposing to the fireteam. And that is a problem that I think if they just keep releasing more and more Predator DLCs, that's just gonna keep going. And from the looks of it, from what I see here, it looks from the helmet, a lot of people are just calling that this is going to be a Spartan Predator. A new challenger approach to jungle is ready to claim its prize, your skull, a new Predator DLC, and it's gonna be, from the looks of it, from the helmet, they just showed like a picture of the helmet, it's gonna be one of those cosplay Predators, which I have always been against. There are so many cool Predators that they could make, like, we're still missing the Tracker, which was data mined, the tank, but I think that since those two Predators were from before the October 1st release, and one of the Iconic devs in the live stream said that they are pretty much like forgetting everything from before the October 1st update. Everything before that, they're kind of like erasing, they're pretending it never happened, you know, they just kind of just forgot about it. So I think that maybe we're never gonna get the tank or the Tracker because of this, because it's like in their mind, maybe it's like new people that they put in charge of the game, so it's not like the same developers that were working on this game from before the update, you know. So I think that they just say like, oh, we're just gonna do our own thing from now on. Let's just forget about everything that came before, you know. I believe that might be the case. So the tank Predator, the Tracker mask that we found it like in the data mine a while ago. People found it, and even like the tank Predator, we have the dreadlocks, we have the mask. We're just missing the class, like the Predator itself. But I believe that there's a chance that we're not getting those, because I was expecting those, because it would be like, I don't know, since those Predators were planning to be released, I believe that I think that when they decide to take a break on this game to work on their other games, they kind of just decide to leave like those Predator DLCs, like whatever, they just forgot about it for a while. But now that they are back, I was expecting them to release the tank or the Tracker, but apparently I think they just forgot about it. They just don't care about the stuff that they had available before October 1st update. So I believe that they have like a whole new roadmap, which they are probably not gonna reveal to us. They probably have their own ideas, but from October 1st forward in this game, they just changed it completely, all the plans that they had from before. So they did the Pharaoh release, because the Pharaoh was the last movie Predator. I mean, from a business standpoint, it does make sense for them to use that Predator to be able to get more money. And now they're back to the Cosplay Predator approach, which I think, like I said, I'm not a fan of this. I'm not a fan of the Samurai. I'm not a fan of the Viking. I'm not a fan of the Valkyrie. Like, there are so many cool Predators from old games. Still have some from the movies that they're not out yet in this game. From comics, novels. I don't know. There's so many cool Predators that they could use, or make it even like a new creation, but not a cosplay, not a Predator that is dressed as a human. Like, I'm not a big fan of this. I like their Bionic. I think Bionic is one of the best Predators that we've seen, like best addition from the Predator side. One of the best additions that Iconic made was the Bionic Predator. Like, the idea of a cyborg Predator was also always something that I was interested in. I thought it was very cool. Like, I think Bionic DLC was one of the best DLCs, especially at the time that it was released. I believe it was in the same year, around the same time that Prey was released. The game was really hyped with the Bionic release, and the class was really good at the time because it didn't have any energy drain. So the Bionic release was one of the best DLC moments in this game. And now I believe that we're gonna be getting this. A lot of people are calling this the Spartan because it looks like the Leonidas Spartan helmet, you know, from the 300 movies. Like that's like it looks like a human helmet that old soldiers used to wear in battle, you know. So we're gonna be getting this Predator, I believe, probably next month in December. Maybe some minor bug fixes. So it's gonna be a new DLC, new paid DLC. Bug fixes, and next year, maybe in January or February, we're gonna be getting another Predator DLC. So that's gonna be it, guys. Like, I don't think they're gonna make new maps. To be honest, I think the chances are very low. If they make, that's would be cool. But then again, maybe the map would be a mess. New game mode, I think there is like 0.0001 chance of that ever happening in this game, because again, that takes work, and they're just milking the game at this point. They just care about cash and grab. Making a new free map would be cool, and it would stimulate very well new players people to just stick to the game more. But I don't know, Iconic approach in this game is just so dumb, in my opinion. They could have made so much more money by releasing the Pharaoh back when Prey came out, because the game was much more hyped back then. They could have just got much more money by releasing Wolf or Scar, Celtic, like in the first year of the game. But instead they just chose to release things like the Samurai and the Viking instead. Like their marketing point, the way that they release DLCs, actually just made them lose money, in my opinion. The whole approach in this game, not releasing enough fireteam DLCs, focusing on Predator DLCs that people really didn't care about, fixing minor bugs and leaving major bugs to not have to be ever fixed, and ignoring any feedback in regards to the balance. Like, I found it is just like a piece of work. Like, it is just amazing how this company works. It's just amazing. But well, this is it, guys. This is my opinion on this subject. We're gonna be getting, of course, a new Predator DLC. I believe, I would say at least 3 more. Maybe if they make enough money out of this, they might keep doing this for like a couple more months. But a new Predator DLC in December. This one, Spartan Predator, maybe. They're gonna be calling it. Another in, I would say, like next year. I believe that they said multiple Predators next year. So I would say maybe at least 2. So this game, future content is probably gonna be more 3 Predator DLCs in my opinion.